Is on Florida today for sure, and tensions are pretty high at the Broward County Supervisor of Elections office as officials there continue counting votes this afternoon. We find the Now's Sam Smink covering the story for us today. Sam?
Shannon, the latest information we have is that a Broward County judge has decided the Supervisor of Elections has to hand over voter information that Rick Scott's campaign sued for last night. Now, inside, they are currently looking at ballots that weren't filled out the right way, meaning someone checked the ballot instead of filling out a bubble, for example, and trying to determine who that vote was meant for. Now, both representatives from the Republican and Democratic parties can object to any decision. It's quiet as we were inside, but it's impossible to ignore the emotion outside. Starting at around 10:30 a.m., 100 protesters gathered, mostly supporters of President Trump, Ron DeSantis, and Rick Scott. They let their voices rise outside the Broward County Tabulation Center. Chants of "Lock her up," referring to Supervisor of Elections Brenda Snipes, filled the air, along with others like "Don't steal our votes." Last night, Governor Scott announced he was suing the Supervisor of Elections, asking her to provide full voter and ballot information, questioning whether, quote, rampant fraud is involved. Supporters on both sides were fired up today, including Andrew Pollock. He's the father of Meadow Pollock, who was killed at Parkland.
We need to start holding these people accountable so things like this don't happen. This Broward County can't let it dictate what goes on in the rest of the country.
The law stipulates that's been there for years. The law says if the ballots are very close, if the voting is very close, it has to have a recount. Well, that's fine.
Now, that was a supporter of Andrew Gillum who was in some sort of discussion, almost argument with Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz. Now, FDLE tells us that they do not have an active investigation into the Supervisor of Elections right now, despite Rick Scott asking them to do so last night. They say it's because they have no evidence of the fraud that he suggests. We will have more information for you coming up at 5:30. For now, reporting live for the Now South Florida, Sam Smink, WPTV News Channel 5.